Hello and welcome to a new story titled, My Cheating Ex-Husband Wants to Reconcile with Me on His Terms or He Will Marry Someone Else. My ex-husband of 27 years and I of 23 years divorced at the end of November of last year, all due to an infidelity on his part with a coworker. I would share more details of his infidelity, but it is a super long story. Just know that the whole process of overcoming it was very complicated. I will add something else about my ex-husband that may be important, and that is that he earned very little money and always made ends meet with just enough, something that didn't bother me because it wasn't very important at the time. Anyway, he came back a month ago wanting to reconcile. I asked him nicely to give me time to consider things and then us time to rebuild and take things slowly if I decide to proceed. However, he is giving me ultimatums saying he wants to get back together sometime this year soon, or he will just get married/engaged to someone else. But he will propose anyway to give me a chance to remarry him. I just got out of a full-on marriage to him. I'm not looking to remarry him or anyone else anytime soon. I'm super confused as to why I'm rushing to reconcile with him. I would be more receptive to starting over and rebuilding everything. However, this is a huge disappointment because I would like to be able to see a real change from him to then make a wise decision. Comments. 1. Tell him to shut up and spend this energy raising his child face with tears of joy. OP, I did. I told him his focus should be on our 10-month-old infant. Not remarriage. He sounds desperate honestly. 2. Just ask him why he wants to remarry you. Ask him what will he gain from your guys' remarriage. OP, he claims he knows I'm the person God put before him and would love to try again because we could have done things so much more differently. The marriage was super emotionally volatile and at times we were both toxic, but I'm in a totally different frame of mind. 3. Turn that back around on him. You say I'm being rushed into marrying you again because I am the person that God put before you, yet in the same breath you threaten to marry someone else if we don't reconcile within the year. It's hard for me to believe that you think I am the one for you, when you could so easily replace me, for simply needing more time to process things and be able to move forward. This seems to be less about love and more about manipulation and control, to get your desired outcome. The fact you even thought it was acceptable to not only issue me an ultimatum but also threaten me with another woman speaks volumes on your respect for me, or lack of it. I have no desire to reconcile with somebody who is trying to manipulate and force me to do so. 4. You ultimately have to do what's best for you and your child. If your guys' relationship was volatile and toxic from both ends, you guys are not a good couple together. Hopefully you're better co-parents than you were a couple. But your child is your number one focus. If he is serious about wanting to be with you, he would not have put those demands and would have asked for couples counseling to see if there was anything there anymore. OP, I agree, but I think ultimately I'd like to continue doing what I have been doing all of these months and just living my life and being happy without him. I did give him the benefit of the doubt and suggest that he get individual counseling as well as couples counseling, and he agreed to it. But it is as if that is being totally disregarded because he's now pressuring me. And he has yet to pursue counseling. I'm also wondering if this is a control issue, of him just not wanting me to be with anyone else. 5. The pressuring you more is a problem and makes it seem like he just doesn't want to be alone. Like I said, your child is your priority and they deserve to be raised in a good loving environment, and it doesn't sound like they would have been raised in a good and loving environment with you guys together. If he still persists, either completely shut him down or say we need 6 months of couples counseling to see if this is even viable. If he shuts it down, then you know that he just doesn't want to be alone. OP, thanks for putting everything into perspective. I'm definitely leaning to him not wanting to be alone because he said he'll either marry me this year or someone else. I was very put off by that and asked why he is so pressed about remarrying this year when he has an infant to focus on. That he actually needs to focus on more than what he has. Also, why does it have to be a marriage? He can always date around. 6. He wants to marry you so he doesn't have to pay child support. Or as others have said, he's racked up a bunch of debt and wants help/child tax benefits to pay it off. 7. Someone who actually loves you wouldn't tell you, do XYZ by this date or I'll marry someone else. You already know this. We don't bring trash back into the house once it's been brought to the curb. 8. Nothing better than an ultimatum to rebuild a relationship. There is a bad person who wants to marry so badly. It could be you or any other woman. My vote would be to let it be another woman. Hard pass. OP, yeah, it's super weird. What is the rush to be married so badly? Why not focus on improving yourself and healing? 9. The fact that he would just substitute you with someone else if you don't agree to marry him makes him the catch of the year. As someone on here so eloquently put it, you can't screw up twice. You got divorced for a reason, and he doesn't seem to have changed in any significant way. I would recommend to stay divorced. 10. Piggybacking on this to say he has racked up a lot of debt somehow, and needs someone else to take that on. 11. Another possible explanation. I was going to say that a great uncle will only leave you millions if you get married. I guess if he needed a wife or a green card, she'd be aware of that. 12. He could have also found out he's sick and will need home care. Also, his taxes could have been really screwy and he wants to avoid that next year. This whole situation reeks of manipulation on his part. 13. I honestly wouldn't take this in a great way. He's trying to trap you by rushing in so fast and he's threatening ultimatums. I'd say you def need to create boundaries and take more time. 14. You already have all the information you need, and I think you know that. You divorced this man for good reasons. He hasn't changed. He's not going to change, and he just showed you that very clearly. You're letting your romance brain overtake your smart brain. Divorce is so painful because we have to admit that our dream of a great love has failed. Letting go can leave us in great pain and hurt. But you haven't let go completely. You still have some strings attached, and he is pulling on them. My guess is that your leaving didn't hurt his feelings as much as it hurt his pride. If he can get you back, he can feel in control again, and it won't be any better for you than it was the first time around. Probably worse. Let me ask, did he suggest starting a family? Because the last thing you want is to be baby-trapped with a man who isn't good to you. 15. He's giving me ultimatums stating that he wants to get back together sometime this year soon or he'll just marry/get engaged to someone else. I think the answer is, okay, go have fun with that. Bye. You are being rushed to reconcile because he does not want to be alone. You are the lowest hanging fruit, but if you are not down right now, he is happy to go find someone else. OP, the lowest hanging fruit. Wow. That's harsh. I'd like to think that I'm doing well for myself. I'm in therapy, employee at a cars company, about to sign my new lease for new apartment, more confident, in school, great mom. I spent months building myself back up because I was literally down bad with him and had nothing going on. I'm actually doing much better than him, but I haven't made him aware of anything I'm doing.